Welcome back to the Mamacita Mic. This is an episode I'm so excited about because you're going to meet one of my besties, one of my ride or die. If you've seen me at a Suns game, then you've seen my outfits. And the one and only Brooke Lynn is in charge of all of that since 2022. Okay. We're getting old. We don't remember. But I will say this is going to be such a fun episode because I'm still getting to know the flow of a podcast. I'm still getting to know who's watching. And it's for sure that the people watching have been watching our journey since we started.
For sure.
And they've asked so many questions in the 4 or 5 years that we've become friends. And I'm like, well, what better place to introduce her than right here? And I want to preface by saying, y'all, small voice, big personality, big business. And I'm just so happy that you're here. So welcome to the Mamacita Mic.
Yes, thanks so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here and be able to talk about our journey, how we got started as friends and fashion, but also go a little deeper.
A lot deeper. Because we have such deep conversations and I'm always like, where's the camera? That needed to be filmed. Someone needed to hear that. So here we are. The cameras are on. The light is red. We are recording. Do you like what I'm wearing today?
Yeah.
You recognize?
Yeah, 4 years ago.
This is the
4
first
years
ever.
ago.
Wait, let's tell that story because this jacket is kind of how we met, right?
Symbolic,
So
yeah.
you tell your side, I'll tell my side. Take us
Okay.
back to the day we met.
Yeah, so 4 years ago, I was walking around the Phoenix Suns arena selling my custom merch, custom jerseys that I had been working on for about a year since the Suns and the Bucks were in the finals. I created a custom jersey. I turned it into a dress with the chains on the side. It ended up going viral on social media. I sold thousands of them. So I ended up walking around the Phoenix Suns arena selling these jerseys. And I came across one of the Phoenix Suns players' managers. He loved the jersey. He wanted to put it in a fashion show the following day. And then he invited me into the game that night. And that night, he gave me family credentials, which gives you access to the floor. And from there, I ended up seeing Alicia. I saw her. She just got done speaking on the court. And I don't know what came over me because I used to be so shy. I'm still a little bit shy. But I just walked right up to her, and I had asked her if I could make her. You say it was the jacket, but
Yes.
I thought I asked you if I could make a jersey. But I went right up to her, and I asked if I could design for her. And she was so sweet, so genuine, immediately accepted. We ended up exchanging numbers and just being in contact the next day.
Yeah.
And we started working every day since.
Every day since. And you would think, okay, this is going to be like a cool business relationship, a business collab. But now we're out here doing life together, baptism, Jesus, all the things. We'll get into that.
Traveling, yes.
But from my perspective, so I've been with the Suns. This is my 7th season right now. This is
Yes.
crazy. And I'm so thankful. I love that job. If you're a new follower, I'm the in-arena host for the Phoenix Suns. Literal childhood dream come true. I used to go to the games with my dad, my mom, my little sister, when it was the America West Arena back then, and sit up way in the nosebleeds and just dream about being down on the court. My sister and I would be like, I'm going to be the girl or the guy that wipes the sweat. Like that's where we were dreaming. And my dad was like, I think you can aim a little higher than that. But all that to say, we were truly like dreaming of being on the court in some way, shape, or form. And then in college, I interned at ABC 15. Shout out to them. News and sports. I got to go to all the Diamondbacks games, Suns games, hockey games. I mean, I went to everything and would follow the anchors, the reporters. And back then, the in-arena host was Cedric Sabalas. Shout out to him. And I just never even thought that was like a real job. Like in my head, I was like, that is too cool. Fast forward, graduate college, called off an engagement, ran away to Los Angeles. I told that story, episode 1. When I moved back 8 years later, I was singing at a Suns event. I think I told you this story. I was singing at a Suns event. I was part of a band. And someone I had gone to college with walked up to me. And I guess he was working with the Suns. He's like, you're back in town. I had no idea. What are you doing here? Are you here to stay? And I was like, I'm never leaving Phoenix again. And he's like, great. I keep you in mind if we need an extra host or someone to sing Anthem.
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, I'm never thinking like this is going to turn into a job for me. But right place, right time. And a week later, the Suns called me and asked if I could sing Anthem. I wish I knew you then because I don't even want to think about what I wore to that game. But all of that happened and it was just God's perfect timing. It was Latin night. They asked me if I could co-host that night. And I was like, can I? Let me roll up my sleeves. And, so I sang Anthem and co-hosted that night. And I've never left since.
I love
but
it.
the beginning, I was wearing things from the team shop, but I was mostly wearing my mom's old clothes. My mom
And your
and dad's.
leather jacket, your famous leather jacket.
The staple leather jacket, jeans that were rolled up to capris.
Capris, yes.
The millennial in me. But there was no Brooke Lynn back then. There was just Son's Team Shop and my mama's closet. And I was wearing a shirt she wore when she was pregnant with my sister, a vintage shirt. These are the things I was wearing. And I still had so much fun. But when you and I met, that's when there was a shift. And so from my perspective, I remember that day. I just finished on the court, like you said. And I will never forget it. I had like a bedazzled.
You did, yeah. A little sparkle.
Makeup, but sparkle on my eyes. I had like, I think, a crop top, orange hoodie, and I had black skinny jeans and my black boots. Nothing bedazzled or crystallized other than my makeup. I don't know what that was, y'all. Do not look. Old pictures do not come from me. But you shot your shot. That's what I remember being so impressed by as a woman who's all about helping other women.
Yeah.
Collaboration over competition. I was like, this girl, who is she? Could just walk up and boldly say, and we hit it off.
Yeah, immediately. And you could have been like, who is this girl? What is she doing? But she didn't. You were so intentional with okay, let's work together. You hit me up literally the next day. We were in contact the next day.
And I've hit you up every day since, haven't
I? Yeah, you sure have. Oh, and then remember I had made that jersey for you and the blazer, and I delivered it to you at that mansion event that you had for your team.
Yes.
For the Mamacitas.
You've been such a vital part of so many seasons and chapters of my life. I was hosting a huge mansion party for my team.
Yes.
Shout out Mamacitas. Okay.
Yes.
My team, we slang shampoo and hair care and makeup and all the things. And she dropped it off and she met my whole team. And then you designed for people on my team and events we've had. But the outfits and the designs have been game-changing over the last years. Like, you've truly changed the culture. I want to say, for the NBA, for hosts, for entertainment, it's not just basketball. It's like the music. It's the shoes, for sneakerheads. It's the fits, the streetwear. Yeah. And it has been so much fun putting every outfit together, sometimes the day of the game.
Hey, I'm working on it. I'm trying not to be last minute.
Listen, that's why God made us friends, because I'm like, I wouldn't say I'm type A, but I like to know what I'm going to wear the day before. And she'll call me the night before, what do you think about if we did something like this? And I'm like, well, maybe for the next game, but for tomorrow, it has to be at my house already. And she'll be sewing me up as I'm out the door to the arena, y'all. And it's just the funnest, most unique friendship I think I've had ever.
Yeah.
To watch you blossom. But let's get into how you even got started, because you did not go to school for this.
No, I did not. I actually have my degree in criminal justice. I went to Arizona State University and graduated with that. Soon after, the whole COVID shutdown happened. So I was working 3 jobs, and now all of a sudden I was unemployed. And during that time, I was able to tap into my creativity. I ended up starting an LLC, starting a business, and taught myself how to sew during that time, during COVID. And in the beginning, I started creating swimwear, custom denim, sweatsuits, velour sweatsuits.
Velour. Felt like J-Lo and all those velour outfits she made me.
Yes, and that's when a client had reached out and was like, hey, I'm going to the Suns and Bucks game. I need a custom jersey. Can you make a jersey dress? And that's when I created that viral jersey dress.
Wait, so you weren't planning to do sports?
No, that was never my plan. I was never planning to be a designer. I thought I would be a lawyer right now.
If that's
I was studying law. I thought I was going to be a defense attorney. I was very passionate, and still am very passionate, about helping those that have been wrongly convicted. That's what I was pursuing, a law degree. I was supposed to go to law school. I got accepted to law school, and then everything happened with COVID. So
that's not proof of the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Like, you were not even dreaming or aspiring to work in the NBA.
No.
And now you've taken over.
That was never just in the back of my mind. Look, I'm going to work hard so I can be a designer working with the NBA. That was never just a plan. it was all God's timing when my client had asked to have me create a custom jersey.
Crazy.
And then, it went viral on social media, and that's when I took it to the Phoenix Suns arena around walking in the streets selling this product. And then
you met me?
Yeah, and then I met you, and it took off ever since. Like, you were able to introduce me to entertainment teams, and then again, social media took over. I've never once paid for an ad or marketing. It's all been word of mouth advertisement, and from the Suns Entertainment to multiple NBA teams and multiple NBA dance teams and in-arena hosts.
Crazy.
And
so you started with the Suns, me and the Suns, and now how many teams have you done? Can we list them all? Are you allowed to say? Or are you still under NDA?
No, I can say. Yeah, I worked with the Timberwolves, the Warriors, WNBA, even with the Valkyries, the Pistons, Spurs, the Miami Heat. I've gotten to work with the Grizzlies hosts, the Celtics hosts, like, it just goes on, and even gotten to work with Vanessa with the D-backs here locally, Crisco with the Arizona Cardinals.
Yes.
It's just never ending, and it all started with that one custom jersey dress, and then working with you and starting to do the blazers and velours, and
I think that's
so crazy.
Such a word in of itself. Like,
yeah,
your life can change from one meeting, one conversation.
Yeah.
Just one. It just takes one. And so many people give up on a dream, or they don't even know that this is a dream within or what it can turn into. You may be on one path and God's like, we're going to go this way.
Yeah. I never knew that was going to happen, but I'm so thankful. It was all God's plan all along. And you are a huge part of this journey and how I even got here. Just our friendship alone, being able to build together and learn together and walk through all these different stages together. But yeah, just by you wearing my product that one time and then continuing on, that's how I'm here now, designing and traveling and what?
What is this life?
Yeah.
It gets exposure. 17,000 people a night see your designs that you come up with in your head, in your office, with your sewing machine. And they get to see it. And as I'm walking through the arena, people are like, where'd you get that? Is that in the team shop? They want what I'm wearing. And it's such a fun part of my job. I don't get to just host these games. I'm truly living a dream with Suns fans because I'm a Suns fan.
Yeah.
And so to see the little kids, I just got, this little girl made me 2 bracelets at the last game.
Aww.
She must be like 4 or 5 years old. And she's like, Alicia. And she ran out to the court and gave me 2 bracelets that said, Alicia Mamacita. So the fact that like little girls, I'm like, I was you. I was sitting way up there. You blessed little girl to be down here in the court. I used to be up there. But just to do life with people and they're loving what I'm wearing and they want to wear what I'm wearing, it is an out-of-body experience that I wouldn't have had I not been in the right place at the right time like you. And COVID changed a lot for a lot of people. Maybe you watching, same thing happened to you, total career change, career pivot. I mean, you were, like you said, criminal justice. You wanted to be a lawyer, and here you are, bedazzling blazers. I would wear this if I were a lawyer. I'm not going to lie.
In court, Wait, so I have a question for you. Like, what advice do you have for the younger generation, or even that girl that made you the bracelets? What advice do you have for her to be able to, walk in her purpose and shoot her shot to be, to create a career like you have?
Well, you said it. Always shoot your shot.
Mm-hmm.
And above all else, I would say collaborating with other people, not being competitive.
Yeah.
Because I could have easily been like, who is this chick and why? And how did she get down here? And why is she in this section? That's not how my mama raised me. I want to help everyone. And so if you go into anything you do with the mindset of, how can I help this person? It's going to help you. When you help other people elevate, H-O-P-E. That's H-O-P-E, help other people elevate. And so to that little girl, or to any little girl or a teen, or maybe you're not young anymore, we're getting up there. I still think you can chase a dream starting today, no matter your age, if you focus on serving other people. And that's why I'm so happy that the influencer era is kind of dying. People don't care about following you just because you're you. They want to say, I'm following this person because she or he helps me.
Yeah, what are they adding to my life? Yeah. You want to build a community. That's important now.
So that would be my advice. Like, find people, link arms with people who, I mean, if you saw episode 3, not those types of people, not the snakes. You want to find people who are for you, who are sincerely just trying to help you, and you want to sincerely help them. I mean, that's even how this podcast came to be. Like, this podcast is exactly proof of that. Finding people who ride with you and they want to help you and you want to help them. It's the coolest thing. Sorry, a little side note off camera. Right, Manny? Right, Kenya? We don't have toilet paper to cry in here for this episode. But yeah, to anyone watching, if you have a dream, shoot your shot, go for it, and find people who are going to help you. You don't have to do it alone. I think there's this misconception like, I can do it all by myself. And while you can, why would you? Yeah. When God has given you friends that can help make that dream come to life, like you. You have made my job with the Phoenix Suns. You've 10x'd it. I already loved what I did. Okay, even with my crusty clothes back in the day. Pictures I don't even want to post. I'm like, what was I wearing? Still loved my job then, but I love it even more now because it's like, what am I going to wear tonight? We're on the phone. Okay, what's for tomorrow? What's for the 3 games we got back to back to back? What we going to do? And it's been so cool to watch you evolve. Yeah. So where do you get your design ideas from? I mean, I'm going to post some crazy pictures, the corset, the basketball net, but where do these ideas come from, girl?
Yeah, I feel like so many people ask me that question, and it's always hard for me to answer previously, but now I know it's all rooted in God. Like, God gifted me this talent, this creativity, and I'll wake up in the middle of the night with ideas, design ideas, business ideas, the craziest ideas. And I will implement them sometimes. Sometimes I just gotta write them in my notes and save them for later. But yeah, I give it all glory to God. All the creativity, the ideas, it's all from Him.
And that glow up right there, the whole God thing that I want to get into, has been probably the best part of our friendship because we were not here. No. We were lukewarm. I think you would admit, you more than me, you would kind of make fun of me for the worship music I would listen to.
Yeah, because when we first met, like when we would be in the car together, you would still listen to worship. Although you were in a lukewarm stage, you would listen to only worship music, Chris Brown here and there, but not too often. Not no more, but and low-key, I would judge you. I'd be like, what is this girl thinking? Only worship music. It was beautiful. It was peaceful. But I was just like wondering, what's going on in your head over there?
A lot.
Yeah, and now look, 4 years later, a year after I've gotten baptized, now that's all I listen to as well. Only worship.
This girl turned her phone off this weekend just so she could be in her Bible for 12 hours.
12 hours. Ugh.
Like, who is this? And it's like, I want to get inside your mind of design, but also in your relationship with Christ. I want to tell a quick story before we fully transition to Jesus, because the rest of the podcast is going to be about the glow up from within. But story time is, I remember one time you made me those pants with like the basketball net. It was like the jean outfit.
Denim
jean,
one,
denim crop top with the jeans with like a basketball net. I'll send the pictures. And then I thought I was so cool because I had the idea to do an orange top. I was like, oh, it'll look like a basketball orange top. I can rewear these pants with the basketball net. I was so proud of this idea. I was like, oh, I'm a designer. I can do this. And she looked at me and she goes, okay, I think I have an idea. And I should have known then. This girl went to the store and bought a basketball. A literal basketball. I will send the video, send the pictures, and cut up said basketball and made it a corset.
Yeah.
I will never, that might be one of my favorite outfits. I have a lot, but that one goes down in history because every head was turning. Everyone was like, is that a basketball?
Is that a real basketball?
There is. I'm wearing a basketball. So that's where your brain is. Just the creativity is overflowing. And I always knew you had that gift, but I always knew there was so much more. I was like, there's so much more with this girl. And that was me as like a lukewarm Christian. I was like, there's so much more depth to her. And I wanna help bring that out. And baptized you?
Yeah, a year. It's been a little bit over a year. We were in Mexico. You brought me on your brand trip to Tulum, Mexico, and then we drove 3 hours and baptized me in the middle of Mexico in a pool.
What is this like?
Craziest story, but I'm so, so grateful for that time. We're now in a stage where we're learning together, but I can also look up to her, up to your walk with Jesus and learn from you. But being able to get baptized, and God just renewed my mind so quickly over this past year.
Because you've watched me go from, because when we met, I was married. I was still married. So then you watched the divorce, and then you've watched me on the dating apps and everything I've talked about on this podcast.
Gosh.
You've seen it all. Like, you've had the front row seat. So what's that been like? Honestly?
It's been so crazy. I've learned from you, like, your voice. You're so powerful and vulnerable with telling your story. That's something I'm learning from you. because I'm a very private person and I'm not the best at sharing. I mean, you and I, like when we're one on one, I can share all I want, but when
Yes.
it comes to the public and sharing and being vulnerable, it's very difficult. So, learning from you in that aspect, like it's okay to be vulnerable, and other people are going through these things and
Hmm.
they may learn from your story. So, I've definitely learned from you, but yeah, it's been a crazy journey watching you go through all these stages and, like you said, the dating apps and the betrayal. But it's crazy because we've gone through similar seasons. When you face betrayal from episode 3, if y'all haven't watched.
A must watch.
Yeah, I've also faced betrayal in that same exact moment in a whole different friendship. And it's just crazy the different seasons that we've walked through together. But yeah, just being able to learn from you, it's been a beautiful journey.
Yeah. What do you think God has healed in you, though? Because I've watched, I have front row seats, but for people who don't really know who you are, but they admire you, they think, wow, this girl has it all. She has so much success. She's beautiful. What do you think God has healed?
When I first started my business, when we first met, I would say I was walking through a season where I was confused on my identity. I didn't know who I was. I was a new business owner, new in women entrepreneurship. So I was trying to figure out who I am, what am I doing here? I would wake up every single day questioning my purpose. Why am I here? How did I get here? What is my purpose? What is my calling? And yeah, I mean, God has healed that now. I now know my identity in Christ after being baptized, after this whole stage of being renewed, a renewed mind. Yeah, he's definitely been healing some things. And back then I wouldn't say I was necessarily practicing witchcraft, but I did tap into that new world universe and zodiac
New
signs,
age.
new age, yeah. So there was one point where I was wearing a crystal around my neck with a cross on it. And you know how contradicting that is?
Girl,
So crazy.
sure do.
I just had no idea. Nobody was bold enough to say, "Look, Brooke Lynn, what are you doing? Why do you have a crystal and a cross on your neck?" Nobody said that. Nobody. But when
And
we
then I
met,
came along.
but when we met, I think I took that off by then.
Yes.
But I didn't just take it off, it broke off. There was one day I was driving in my car and I had a chain on with the crystal and the cross, still questioning my identity, questioning what I'm doing here. And one day the crystal just broke off that chain. And that is so powerful, so symbolic.
Well, do you want to talk about what else is symbolic about that area?
Yeah, well, shortly after that, it was maybe a year or two later, I noticed a spot on my chest, like on my skin. And I have a lot of freckles, so I'm always just analyzing my skin, making sure everything's good. This one spot developed on my chest, and it was clear and it was raised, and it just looked weird, right? So I was talking with my mom, and she told me I need to go to the dermatologist. I went to the dermatologist, and sure enough, it was skin cancer. It was basal cell carcinoma. Yeah, I had to get it surgically removed, and my surgery ended up being 3 days after we returned from our Mexico trip when I got baptized.
Baptized.
Yeah,
Spiritual warfare.
it was definitely
But you
spiritual
can't tell me,
warfare.
like, that's where the crystal was hanging and then
Yeah,
busts out with some cancer? Oh, no. And
yeah.
you didn't know, like you said, you didn't know the new age stuff, the crystals, the zodiac. The world makes it seem so cool.
So trendy, and I had no idea. I was always confused on where I came from and what my purpose was, but nobody called me out. Was like, no one said you're contradicting yourself. Do you believe in new age things or do you believe in God? Because you can't believe in both.
And I would wear these bathing suits you would make me and it would say Pisces. I'm like, I'm a Pisces. I didn't know either.
No, we didn't know.
We didn't know. And most people don't. It seems innocent and fun. And oh, I read this and it's so me. Yeah, they're all going to sound like you. If anyone writes about your personality in a magazine and these are your lucky numbers, I used to read that all the time and be like, oh, it's so on point. But God knows you way more. And you can't do both.
Yeah.
But don't feel bad because most people, I'm sure even people watching this are like, oh, I'm not supposed to be doing that. No, I'm your internet Thea, internet bestie. I didn't know either. So give yourself some grace if you're like new to all this. But I will say, I mean, it's been a very fast 2 years of speedy learning. Like you and I have learned so much because once you see the truth, you can't look away. You can't unsee it.
Yeah.
And the cancer scare and where the crystal was and the witchcraft you didn't even really know you were partaking in. But now to see who you are, not just as the successful designer, but as this powerful daughter of a king, and the transformation, the music you used to listen to. You used to listen to some things, okay? We all did.
Yeah.
And you didn't even think twice about it. But then I think after watching my journey and you watch me walk through lust and the perversion and the distraction and the temptation and the music that I was listening to back then that would lure me in. I mean, I can remember, and I remember telling you the songs that I was listening to. I can, if I were to hear it now, it literally takes my body back to that place where I was lusting.
A specific Chris Brown song.
Very specific, that if I hear it now, I'm like, I feel those emotions and I feel that lust. I remember that season. And that's what the devil will use. The devil will use those things to steal, kill, destroy. I say it all the time. He knows what your triggers are. He knows what tempts you. He knows what draws you in. And it's music.
Yeah.
It's Zodiac. It's even the friends that you're hanging out with, like the things that seem so innocent. You got to be careful because the devil watches you. He studies you from the time you were born. He has a play-by-play of your life. He has a fascination with you, and he studies you like no other and knows exactly when to prowl.
Yeah.
Like a lion, like a thief. He knows. And so for us to see the transition from the music we were, mostly you, because I was kind of like being done with that, but the music you were listening to now you only listen to worship, and you're sending me there's amazing worship music out there.
Like Christian R&B. There's some good songs out there.
Really good songs out there, but we didn't know any better. Now that we know better and do better, we just want to speak that into the world and let you know that there's a better way. Our friendship was already awesome, but it got so much more incredible. I want to talk about this past year specifically, because you and I had an experience. We found a church that we love, Revival Today, and we were fasting. So we fast together. Y'all find friends you can fast with. Like what? We were just in Miami, okay? And we did a fast there. What girls go to Miami and say
For spring break
and kick things off with the 3-day water only fast? We do. Brooke Lynn, if 5 years ago someone would have said to you, you're going to go to Miami spring break and you're going to be at the beach reading your Bible and you're going to do a fast, have communion, and go to church, would you believe?
No, that's so crazy. It's a huge transformation from where we even met till now. Fasting in Miami on the beach.
That's just crazy.
No, I ended up posting that on Threads and people went crazy in the comments. Like, who are you? Why are you doing this? You sound crazy. Yeah, they were hating on it for sure. But wow, we really did that. We really shut off our phone for 24 hours and laid on the beach and read our Bible in the sun. And it was beautiful. I want to do it again tomorrow.
And you basically did this past weekend. You disappeared for a day. And I was like, where are you? Oh, I turned my phone off. And we thought we had an addiction. I think most people watching would attest to you are glued to your phone. There's a strange addiction. But we discovered we don't even have an addiction. We just, when you're bored,
routine,
you doom scroll, right?
I feel like it's a routine. Like I set up a routine where I wake up and I grab my phone and I scroll instead of waking up and reading my Bible and praying. So that's a habit. It's a bad habit that we scroll on our phones for hours when we have better things we could be doing. We have a purpose that we are called to do right now, and we should not be scrolling on our phones. But it's a bad habit.
Well, we broke that habit.
We did.
I feel like last year when we went to church for the first time, a church that like really spoke to our soul, fasted for 3 days. That's when I had a huge breakthrough with the pastors that weekend, like calling me out by name and telling me I was free. And it was like my 1 year anniversary of my baptism, which I talk about in this podcast. And you walked through that with me. And that was, I feel like, the true beginning of the season we're in now, of surrender.
Yeah.
We're successful businesswomen. We run very successful businesses. You've watched me in my success. I've watched you in yours. But we are so tired of having to be masculine. We're now entering feminine era, our soft girl era, if you want to call it that. And it's all right here. The more we read this, the softer I think we feel, which is strange given our work ethic.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's cool to see you kind of, because when I met you, you're still that hardworking woman, but you're more just like sitting down a little and ready for a man to take the lead.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, reading the Bible, it talks about women being nurturers and being like taking care of the home and the children. And I've never had that mindset. I've always been like survival mode, hustle. Like, what can we do to make more money and to be powerful, a powerful woman, a powerful voice? But yeah, we're definitely in a stage now where it's like, okay, I do want to live in that soft girl era, you know? But for you, what does soft girl era even mean? What does that mean? It's so trendy, but
So trendy. Like you said, the more you read this, the more feminine you feel. If you're a man, the more you read this, the more masculine you feel. The more you
yeah.
just want to step into God's holy order, his design,
Mhm.
where there's, Christ is the head of the church and husband is the head of the home. And before I knew Jesus, I thought that was disgusting. I was
Mhm.
like, but the woman is the neck and she can turn that head any way she wants. That's a Jezebelic, masculine,
Mhm.
feminist process of thinking.
Yeah.
Whereas now I want to submit to a man. Never said
Yeah.
that before.
Never said that.
I mean, when I was married, I didn't want to join our bank accounts. I didn't want to take his last name. Like these are all worldly, like I want this for me. It's my money, my success. I don't want kids. I didn't even want kids back then because I love my schedule. I love my money. I love traveling. Now I'm like, oh, I want all these kids and I want to live on a farm. Not really, but like I want to cook for them and I'm stepping into this soft, surrendered era.
Mhm.
And do I still want to make the money I'm making now? If that's God's will, I would love to continue being able to provide. Jehovah Jireh, he has given me more than I could ever have imagined financially. And that'd be nice to continue making that, but not if it's going to cost me my husband, my marriage, my
Mhm.
motherhood. I'd rather experience a softer life, even if it means less money.
Yeah.
But if I'm under the covering of a husband who's a leader, because your husband
Mhm.
has to be a spiritual leader, financial leader, all the things, then soft girl era, tapping in, I will enter that chat.
Mhm.
I'm ready for that.
Yeah, we're so ready for that. We've been working so hard the past year or two just becoming women of God and learning and figuring out what that looks like so we can be prepared and expectant for our future
Mm-hmm.
husbands.
Mm-hmm.
So exciting because we have faith in God's plans. Yes,
I'm going
so
to read
grateful.
some questions before we exit the chat. These are questions that, since I started posting you, people be like, who is she? And what I want to know more about this friendship. And I've just collected over time because people are, not that they're nosy. I want to know the same thing. When I follow like friends on social media, I'm like, wait, did they meet in college? Did they, da, 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 da? So these are just some questions that randomly have popped up over the time that we've been besties. Um, have we ever helped each other grow without even realizing it? Have I helped you grow without realizing it?
Yeah, I kind of mentioned it previously, but you definitely helped me grow in the way of being vulnerable and speaking up. You lead a whole group of women every single day on your Mamacita calls and everything. I'm around a lot of the times when you're on those calls or when we're traveling on your team events, and I'm always witnessing your speaking and how you're leading all of these women. So it's very inspiring for me. I know I'm called to lead women and let them know that you have a purpose, and whether that means I'm helping other women create businesses or just letting them know that you don't have to work a 9 to 5, you can turn your passion into a paycheck. I've been able to learn that from you and witness like your calls talking about sales, and
Yeah.
I've definitely learned
How
from you.
about what's one conversation between us, and we've had so many, but what's one that's impacted you the most?
I think the one conversation that impacted me the most was probably on the beach in Miami just a couple weeks ago. When I'm trying to figure out how to put my testimony in words so I can be able to share that. And we had this great conversation where you challenged me, and that's good. I need friends and I need people to hold me accountable and be able to challenge me. And yeah, just being able to put my testimony in words, like you definitely helped me get there. Now, don't test me right now on this
Like,
camera.
no, let's do it right
No,
now.
no, no, not
Share your
today.
testimony right now. When it comes to men, because you got me to spill my guts here, your husband, your future husband, I think you know what I want. What do you want?
Yeah, of course. I definitely want a man who loves Jesus. I want somebody who is already doing the work, who already goes to church, who already reads scripture and has it written on his heart and implementing it into his life. But I also want a man who loves to travel, a man who's creative, and he doesn't have to be necessarily into fashion like I am, but just taps into that creativity. I want a man who loves to explore other countries and wants to, be on the beach and just explore. I love that, being outdoors. But
what do you think of the 3 Gs that I talked about in my first episode? God, good looks, gold. Did you hear that concept where I say like a man can't just say he believes in God, like good for you. Even demons believe. Good looks. We're not saying gotta be a GQ model, but we have to be attracted to him, even if the world thinks, because we do not have the same taste. There's some men that she'll show me and I'm like, Brooklyn, maybe not. But if you think he's fine, that's all that matters, and vice versa. And then gold. We're not saying to be this multimillionaire, but just have your stuff together. And my theory is that if just one of those is missing, even if the other 2 are so strong, that the relationship will not last.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want a man who is already established. Like I mentioned, that's a requirement for me now. Like you mentioned, the gold. I don't need a billionaire, but I do want a man who's already established in his career. I previously in my past relationships, I was always okay with just potential. I would look at a man's potential and be like, okay, it's all good. I can help you start a business. You're so talented. Let me help you. But I'm in a different stage now, and the Lord has convicted me so much not to just look at a man's potential and want to build that, but in a stage now where I'm like, we have to be at least equal, in our careers and in our passions for the Lord, just an equal. I think that's so important. Of course, I want to build with a man, but not from the ground up. We're not there no more.
Well, my dad the other day, because I was crying to my dad. I talked to my dad a lot. And I was like, Dad, like what? Dad, what are the chances that I'm going to find a man who loves Jesus like I do? Like he's obsessed with Jesus just like me. I mean, we go to church and worship concerts and baptize people together, and he's leading Bible studies. He's going to Bible studies. What are the chances that a man like that is out there who also is someone I'm attracted to? Because it's very rare. I don't know what it is, but it's very rare for me to be attracted to someone. It's so far and few between. Very rare that is tall or whatever physical things that I'm looking for that I'm attracted to, but also has his ducks in a row. He has his financial standing. He has a plan. He wants to be a provider. I was like, Dad, it just seems so rare. Like, does that even exist? And he looks up and he goes, well, you exist and you're rare. Oh, that makes me just want to cry just thinking about that. Like to have my dad say that.
Your dad is so sweet.
He's the sweetest soul and doesn't talk a lot, but when he does, and for him to say, well, Mija, you're rare. You exist. There's a man out there probably praying for all the things you are and thinks you don't exist, but here you are at home on a Friday night, Saturday night, not going out, not drinking, not partying, going to church. And you have your finances in a row. Yeah. And if you exist and you're rare, then I believe that man is out there for you too. This is my dad. So shout out to Mark Blanco for, I thought I was crying before because I was like feeling sorry for myself. And when he said that, like there was a shift. And I felt like it was God speaking directly through my dad. Yeah. And I'm very blessed to have that relationship with my parents, a relationship with my dad, to remind me of who I am and my worth, that what we're asking for is not too much. Yeah. We are hidden. I know our prayers like, Lord, keep us hidden for our husbands and keep our husbands hidden for us. Let them not be out in the streets because we are not. Yeah. Let them have a career because we have one. And we just want to be attracted to them. I mean, someone said the other day, if God told us how beautiful Rebecca and Samson was handsome in the Bible, Rebecca was beautiful, Esther was beautiful. If he took time to tell us about how beautiful they were physically, we're just going based on what the Bible says here. To be attracted to someone is not wrong. It's not a sin. You want to be attracted to your person. So I'm excited to see what God does, not just with your business, because it's obviously going to continue to be successful, but excited to see what he does with our friendship and with our husbands. Yeah. One day we'll be sitting here on the other side of the wait. Yes. But for now, we're both in this season of the wilderness.
I was going to ask you, if your life was a book, what would this chapter be called?
Right before the Red Sea, the wilderness. Yeah. When they were let go from Egypt and they're running off and they're so happy they feel free. That's how I felt once I got baptized. I was like, oh, I left Egypt. I'm free. But then you get to the Red Sea and you're like, oh, well, now what? And you start feeling sorry for yourself. I'm going to admit, sometimes I'm like, oh, but I just got baptized and I'm baptizing people and I lead Bible studies. I'm free. What's this Red Sea? But what does God do? He splits the Red Sea so that you can walk right through it. So I think I'm in the wilderness. I'm right before the Red Sea moment. That's where I'm at. I think that's where you're at.
I feel like I'm in a pruning season where I'm still being renewed every single day. This season is just the happiest and the most in peace I've been. So I'm just waiting for God on your timing, Lord.
Waiting for that. And not only that, like just becoming the best versions of ourselves before God's going to bring us the greatest guy for us individually. Like we are becoming a wife. We're a wife already. We're a bride already, but we're becoming the best version. I mean, I've learned to cook now. I love cooking now.
Let's talk about that.
So weird that I love to cook. Oh, that could be a whole episode. I love my air fryer. Shout out to my bestie Lena. She made me get that air fryer. Changed the game. I'm loving cooking now. And every time I cook, I'm excited because I'm like, I'm going to get to cook for my husband one day. I'm going to get to cook for kids. My niece like craves my food now. My little bestie niece, she just loves when I cook for her. That makes me feel so good. I feel like such a woman. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is God doing. I really, silly as you may think it is, I believe God made me get that air fryer. I'm like, God made me get that. You taught me how to cook some things. I'm having so much fun cooking. So yeah, God is I'm in my wilderness right now where I see the Red Sea. Things don't look promising. They don't look very good. It looks like, how are we going to get to the other side? For me, the other side would be marriage and motherhood. Like, how am I going to get over there? This is a Red Sea. But if you remember in the Bible, Moses just puts his staff in the water and the sea splits. So that's where I'm at.
So good.
Wilderness, waiting for the Red Sea to split, and he will. He's the same God then that he is now. He's never changed. He is consistent, and that's one thing we can count on. And the devil's consistent too. So we know this, and we are bracing for impact. But if we end this podcast, what is one scripture that you want to end it on? Because I know we have a lot of favorites now.
Yes, I love Proverbs 31:25. You can go ahead and read it.
No, you pull it up. You pull it up, girl. You got the pretty nails right now. 5 is, she is clothed with strength and dignity.
Yes.
She can laugh at the days to come. She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. So yeah, she is clothed. Yes, ma'am.
And a little backstory with that, when I got baptized, your sister, she was in the water with us, and Lisa quoted that scripture as I came out of the water. It was so beautiful.
I don't think I knew that.
Yes.
Well, I'm proud to be your godmother.
Yeah.
I'm proud to be your what would you call me for designing things randomly? And their guinea pig with outfits and
my walking billboard.
There we go. I like that.
Yeah.
But thank you for being on the Mamacita Mic. Thank you for encouraging me to do this, because not just my team asked me to do this, but over the years you've always said that I have a powerful voice and I need to do more with it. So again, God brings you the right people in your life to make that happen, and you're one of them. So I thank you.
Thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Love you. And thank you all so much for watching. You got to say besitos with me.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Besitos.
Besitos. Love it. Love it.